gotta lose weight.
Welcome to
There's
the
a reason.
podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host,
I'm getting fat.
James. I call him James.
Hi.
Everyone else calls him Jimmy. Just works like that.
It's a bit weird.
Let's not address the elephant in the room and just move on to a topic. Webcams.
21 Savage
We have
scammed Aiden Ross and maybe Kaisen.
We have webcams. You see my face. You see
Oh, you
James's
mean
face.
that? Hi.
No,
I
we
don't
just
see
finished the
face.
stream. That's why we have our webcams on, because he convinced me to have my webcam for Happy Playtime Chapter 3.
To be fair, I did
played
just
that,
say
and then-
we could just record this in person and you would never had to set up your webcam.
I mean, that's true, but that's also like I have to drive over there and like
No, you
deal
don't.
with
I have to drive over
allergies
to
or
you.
whatever.
What-
Yeah,
what do
you
mean
have to drive
do
me
anything?
over
I'm the-
there.
To you, I'm the one supplying
You
the
have to
camera.
drive me over there, and then also I have to deal with the allergies maybe that will kick in. And also, you can't come over here because my dogs will make it a very not fun session to record. So
I think
at
it'd be
least not
fine.
fun session
I
to
think
listen
it'd be
to.
like when we recorded G Saver.
Yeah, but my dogs were not right next to me, because if we're in
And-
my room, my dogs are going to be pretty much next to me.
I understand the feeling.
They don't like you.
They
They
look
don't
at me
like,
and
they
they
don't
say,
like you. They
"White
don't like you."
man, white man."
So what
detected."
what about our boy Aiden, huh? What happened to Aiden?
Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat, possibly.
Yeah.
Is it Cenat or am I still saying it wrong? Is it Senta?
Yeah.
Which one's the right one? Because I don't remember.
It's Senta.
Senta? Okay,
Yeah.
Kai Cenat. Him and Aiden Ross both had 21 Savage on their streams in person as a guest. But, and here's the big but, they might have both
big
gotten a
yacht?
bit scammed. It's not confirmed, I think, for Kai Senta, but it is confirmed for Aiden Ross.
Yeah, he got played. Literally,
yeah, he got
cards.
played, and he literally would never have known if his bunch of nerds that are his chat didn't fucking lose their shit.
I mean, hey, would you not want your chat to tell you if you were getting scammed by me if I was over there in person actually scamming you?
If I was
Like, come on.
Aiden Ross, I would, because God, would I not want to live with myself if I was a person like that. But if it was my chat, I don't raise a bunch of incels.
You sure about that, James?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Kiri
Are you sure about that?
Kiri Wall, not that one.
They seem kind of,
Yeah.
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 Have you seen your chats, JD? Have you seen your chatters?
I don't have any chatters. They don't exist.
You do.
I can't possibly. Yeah, I
Think
do.
again, asshole.
Anyway, though, yeah. I get what you're saying.
But yeah. So for Aiden Ross, him and 21 Savage were playing 2K. They were doing a bet on 2K as well. I think playing the game, and then like between it, they would play cards where they both see who could get the bigger card and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they would like throw a pack of cards down on like a table, and then they would like sort through them and like pick one out without looking at the faces. It would be like random pulls.
I watched Ludwig's video on it. They were playing high card.
High card. Okay, I'd only seen the super clipped version
I don't know
of
what
it.
it is
I don't
exactly.
know the full context.
I think it's a game where you just lay out a bunch of cards and you pick them randomly, and whoever has the higher card wins. Right? That's how it works.
They bet money on that.
Yeah. I mean, it's the most most RNG thing you could possibly
Yeah.
do, unless you're
Like,
unless you're
chance shit
cheating, of
ever.
course. Unless you're cheating, of course.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Was 21 Savage cheating? Question mark? Answer? Yeah.
Answer: yes, he was.
Yeah, and I don't care.
It was
I
so
want him
funny.
to rob him blind.
I mean, it's funny. It's
I
funny
don't
in
give a
context of
shit.
who is trying to scam the
Yeah.
money out of each other, because they're both like really like rich, successful people,
That is
And
the
they-
funny part.
and they're betting over like not that much amount compared to what they would normally deal with in terms
Right,
of money.
it was
But
like,
it's still
what was it,
it's still like nobody would want to lose 300,000, even if no matter how rich you are. You want to just
Right.
like lose it. But
But to
anyway,
be
but
fair,
it's
Aiden
still
Ross was
yeah.
saying too, like one of the guys, like I'll buy your sister a car. So I mean,
He's a nice guy. I don't know why you hate on him so much. He's a
he's a
nice
nice
guy.
guy, you know.
He's part of the
just
boys.
horribly sexist and
He's
homophobic,
part of the
transphobic, and
boys.
he's racist, and it's just
Horribly,
he's a nice guy.
horribly
He's a nice
sexist.
guy. When was he sexist? Is that what you just said?
No, I said horribly sexist. I was mocking you when you were saying horribly sexist. I was doing the whole like horribly sexist. That's what I
But
was
they
saying.
couldn't hear you because I talked over you because I have the letter voice. By the way, you've been intellectually bested.
Well,
I'm
you have
better
a lot
than
of
you.
voice, but I have you turned down
Mute
on
yourself.
OBS
Unalive.
in order
I've
to
won.
balance out the voices, which I don't think I've been doing too well of.
No, you haven't. Because
Anyway.
guess what? I'm louder because I get closer to my mic when I speak. People like me.
So anyway, so how did 21 Savage cheat? Well, they didn't start with high card. I don't think they actually started with. He did the same thing with Kai Cenat, where he played Was it NFL? No, it was the other one. 2K21, 2K22.
Yeah, they were playing 2K.
Whatever the basketball game is that sucks.
2K.
2K. They were playing that, and they just bet a ridiculous amount of money on whoever wins the match, I guess. So 21 Savage is absolutely dumpsters like Kai Cenat, and I think he lost like, was it 300,000? 100,000?
I think so. I think it was 300,000.
I think it was 300,000. You can fact check. I don't care enough.
People are trying to claim that he cheated with Kai Cenat in the sense that he pretended to not be good at playing 2K, so he could be better in the last few rounds. But
he's actually just smurfing on Kai Cenat.
Dude, I'm gonna lose that. Like people are like, he cheated Aiden Ross. That means he cheated Kai Cenat. Let's figure out how. He did it this way, and it's like that is the most insane way to.
When you get caught cheating or something, it just everything else you do just all of a sudden comes into question. No matter what it is, just how
everyone's a suspect now.
Just how it is. I mean, I still can't believe you trust me on anything after you've lied to me. After I've tomfooleried you, I've pulled a bunch of japery on you for like several years and you never noticed it.
You've been my best friend who's just horribly ruined my life with all your tricks and cheats.
Yeah, like you didn't realize that everything wrong that happened with your life in the past 6 years has been because of me directly.
You've been day by day slowly cutting my hairline back more and more.
Yeah, that was me, and adding it to my own. So like I eventually just will end up with no forehead, but then you end up with the entire forehead.
Yeah, I feel like I used to have.
I'm doing it so that when we eventually get that Keeps advertiser money, I could be like, James, look, it's you. You need that.
Look at this. It's come back. I got that hair back.
You'll get that hairline back that I took away. You'll get it back.
I'm really building. I'm not even getting a Vegeta hairline. It's just like a big.
I mean, so far, I don't think it looks that bad yet.
I don't know. I feel like I'm more critical of myself. Like I can fit 4 fingers on that. 3.
I mean, if you could fit 4 or 3 fingers, it's called a forehead for a reason, you know.
It's called a 3 head, actually.
That's just your brain.
5.
Your brain is just too small, James. That's why.
No, it's not. No. But yeah.
Anyway, back to Kai Cenat. He lost the money and then he like raged really hard because of it. Obviously, because you know you'd feel pretty bad after losing 300K because of a skill diff.
Situation to begin with.
A skill diff, right?
I just wouldn't gamble.
Well, I'm just saying hypothetically, if you were in that situation,
I just wouldn't gamble. Maybe.
Well, I mean, hypothetically, if you were in that situation, that when you lost 300K,
I'd never be in that situation.
Okay, James, fine. Be a party pooper then.
I will not engage. You know,
we can just never have any hypotheticals.
Excuse me, but I will not engage with that hypothetical. And
let's just become an entirely unbiased. We could just become an entirely unbiased podcast where just nothing interesting we talk about nothing interesting.
Let me become my brother. Let me become my brother real quick. I'm here to gamble.
300K, take it or leave it.
300K in the house loan.
He lost and he like destroyed all of his stuff because he lost. That was pretty funny to watch.
I mean, that's what he does. I'd say that feels scripted because every fucking clip I ever see of Kai Cenat is him in his room destroying something he owns.
I mean,
destroying something. It's always him, like the whole gingerbread thing with him and his friend.
If you could destroy something for fun,
I mean, it's like it's just rage farming though. It's like it's intentionally like, ooh, look at me get angry and get break this, and then have my
Yeah,
chat get angry
it
with me or
works.
get angry at me,
It
so I can
works.
feel farm interactions. And it's like, I don't find it entertaining. Like I find the whole like I
Okay,
break
James.
shit to
I
cause a
guess you aren't
reaction.
part of the however much his normal audience he draws in, like what, like 40,000 per stream, like whatever, man. Sure, you're not
I
like the
don't give a
majority of
shit.
people who watch the streams. Okay,
I don't. I prefer. Literally, I prefer to have the audience of like the 5 people I regulate right now than ever
mm-hmm.
have the 40,000 fucking losers that watch shit on Kick. I
Oh
don't
my
care.
God,
I
James,
don't fucking care
Jesus.
because people that go watch shit on Kick are people that enjoy like fucking literal neo-Nazi content. I could not give less of a shit. Uh, I would never want to live their lives. I'm so sorry. I would be a happier man
God.
poorer than I ever would
You know
be
what, James?
getting money
James
off
hates you
that shit.
if you're a kick enjoyer. You know what? You can enjoy kick. You know what? You can
I'm gonna
enjoy.
learn that you've
Get a
set up a
kick out of
camera in
it.
the corner of my
Get a
room and
kick
you've
out of
been
it.
live
Ignore this
streaming
guy
me on
over
Kick my
here.
entire
That guy
life.
over there, he's a boomer loser incel. Okay,
I'm only a
don't
couple months older
ignore
than
him, man.
JD.
Ignore him.
We're
He
both
has no
boomers
idea what he's talking about.
now.
He has no idea what he's
We're
talking about.
both part of the best generation.
Best generation,
That's what they call themselves.
maybe. I don't know. I feel like I feel like baby boomer. You know. I feel like I kind of want to be a boomer.
I want to be a boomer in the
So
sense that I
I could be
ruin the
like
world and
so
then blame
old
it
and
on everybody
senile. I
else.
could be so old and senile that when the news comes out that like I beat my wife back in the 1930s, they'll be like, "Oh, he's just a boomer." Of
It
course,
was
that's
the
what they
thing
did.
at the time. It
That
was
was
okay to
just
have slaves.
just
They
cool.
were slaves at the time. That is my
Indentured
least favorite
servitudes.
thing.
Okay, they're not
Is people
slaves. Slaves were illegal.
it's my least favorite thing is like when people think that that's a good excuse.
It's
It was
it
normalized
was
at the
illegal,
time.
James. I don't know what else you want to
It
say about
was
it. It was
I'm sorry.
illegal.
I'm sorry. Mary
You
being
go up to
12
them,
does not.
be like, well, who are you? You can't do that. That's illegal. And then that's it. There's nothing else.
I'm sorry, but when Mary had Jesus, she was like what 14. That was okay at the time. It was perfectly fine.
It, it's a cultural difference, James.
God impregnated a minor.
It's a cultural difference, James. When
Okay, it
was
was
that? That
okay
was
at
like
the
what, like
time.
0 AD? Like, come on.
Uh,
I don't know.
9.9 AD.
Yeah, it was like what, like point 8, 0.9 AD. James, the cultural differences at the
How
time.
long was Jesus cooking
I'm
in Mary
sorry.
before she had him?
Did you know who Mary was? Did you talk to her? I didn't think so. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I don't think
Anyway,
Mary
though,
was real.
so 21 Savage, he went off.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled that W Riz on Kaisen, and then he went over to Aiden Ross and he's like, "Hey, how about we skibbity?" And then Aiden Ross is like, "All right, let's skid double D." And so they did the same thing where they played 2K, but then Savage lost because apparently Aiden Ross was like really good. He was like a 2K streamer before or something.
Yeah,
So he
Aiden
actually
Ross
was pretty good at the game.
Aiden Ross was literally a normal person before he became like a fucking red pill loser. Like he was a normal person he
Was
was
he?
like best friends with LeBron James's son and stuff. Like he was incredibly normal.
He was friends with LeBron James's son?
That's how he got popular. That's how he got famous. Is from being LeBron James's son's friend who streamed him playing with LeBron James' son. He got to talk to LeBron James for like 1 second. His son like called his dad over to say hi to him, and then
I mean,
like
that's
that was
usually how it
it.
works. Yeah. I mean, I talk to your dad for like seconds at a time, maybe. I
Yeah,
come
you
and I
talked to
say,
my dad.
hello,
He turned
James'
around and
dad.
pointed
And
at you and just
he
said,
goes like,
"Oriental."
and he's like, Oriental, hello. And I'm like, what's up? So
You're like, yeah, that's my name.
that's me.
Yeah,
That's me.
wow. Uh, no, that's how he got started.
Singaporean.
And so, if only we could have that Aiden Ross and just him. He never left that continuity of life. He just
That sounds
stayed
like a
a
boring
good,
ass
normal
Aiden Ross.
person and
That
didn't
sounds
become a
like a
racist
boring ass Aiden
loser.
Ross. We would never talk about that guy ever. He would never be on the crapshoot.
We would have him as a guest. In that timeline, we are
Previous
also
Aiden
more
Ross.
famous.
In that timeline, we didn't exist.
Yeah, he's like the same age as us. It's
Yeah.
as if him becoming this later
I
on
can't
in his
remember if it was me
caused us
that
to never
contacted
exist.
you or you that contacted me. Like, hey, remember that thing? Remember that idea crapshoot podcast we would do?
It
I
was
was thinking
you.
of doing it. I think it
It
might
was
have been me
you.
because I was like,
Because we were doing the unlucky ones, and then like you were like, hey, after we record this, I want to do a thing, and I'm like, oh, JD wants to do like an after show thing. That's pretty cool. That'd
oh,
be pretty
just
neat
like
to
a
sit down
little
and talk.
thing. 3
Yeah, I was
years
like, oh,
later.
that'd be pretty neat to talk. And you're like, 3 years ago, we had an idea to bring together a group of
We had
heroes.
an innovative idea. What if we
We called it the
talked?
Avengers Initiative.
You get the big guy. Stark? I can handle someone like him. No, I've got Stark. You get the big guy.
I'm doing the background noise. Continue.
Yeah, I'll continue drinking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Aiden Ross beat 21 Savage in 2K, but then they played
I think
cards,
what he was
and
like
Aiden
300k
Ross wasn't
down.
he wasn't so lucky.
What 21 Savage was like 300k down from 2k, right? He bet like 300,000 and then lost it all. And then Aiden Ross was like, as the nice guy that he is, he's part of the boys. He was like, I think the last game they played, no, it was this. They bet 100k on the first game. 21 lost. Then they said double down. They doubled down on the second game, so 200k. And then he lost. And then they doubled down on the third game, so 400k. But then in the last game that they were playing, Aiden Ross was like, he was like way ahead of 21 Savage, like guaranteed to win this game. He turned to him and he was like, if you quit right now, I'll take 150k off the bet. That's what he said to him, at least from what I got from Ludwig's video. So then the bet was 350k, or no, it was like 250k or something down. And so yeah, 21 Savage took it, and he's like, okay, we'll just take it. So he's like 250k in debt, and Aiden Ross is like, I'll use this money to like buy a car for like my sister, your sister. I don't
Your sister.
remember your sister. That's right. He's like, yeah, I'll buy your sister a car or something.
Mm-hmm.
So then and then 21 Savage is like, let's play high card. Let's play the hard card.
To be fair, I want to point this out. He did open a fresh pack of cards. That was a
That was
pack
part
of
of the
cards
bit.
that you can buy marked.
That was part of the bit
Mm-hmm.
where he would open a fresh pack of cards, and then he hands it out to his little crew on the side,
Mm-hmm.
and they would switch out the card. They switched out the
Well,
face
you can
cards
also
with the
buy
marked
them
cards.
marked. You can buy them marked.
Okay, yeah, but I'm pretty sure he hands off the cards anyway, whether it was pre-marked or not. He hands off the cards, gets them back.
Funny.
He gets them back. They play it for a while, and I think he wins back like another 150k or something.
It's funny
he's
though,
still
because
in
when he
debt.
hands it off, Aiden Ross does go, "Oh, is that a fresh pack?" And like all of 21 Savage's guys are like, "Yeah, you just open it."
Yeah, of course, it's a fresh pack. Yeah. Right,
Because it's like we did see him open it on camera, and then we saw him hand it off.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fresh pack. So they play for a while, and then I think his chat just starts going crazy, like they're marked, he's cheating. And like it's one of those things where it's like, yes, even if you didn't know they were marked, you could tell something was wrong because he kept pulling face card after face card and like winning over and over again. It was like that thing in Payday 2 I did with you where I kept winning the legendary skin at the end of every single heist that we did. And you're like, how are you getting so many good rewards?
He was definitely trying his luck, because here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden Ross would have fallen for it if chat never said anything.
Of course he would have.
He was dumb as a fucking brick. I mean, he's
first of all, he's probably had that. He probably has that line of logic. Like, oh, he's already rich. Why would he try to scam me? I mean,
it's also that. It's also like I imagine he was like he wasn't thinking of it as a scam. He's just
also like, it's my friend.
He's good at this.
It's my friend. Why would he try to play me? I'm his friend.
He's
We're
the
buds.
fucking burger.
He's a bro.
He's the burger Andy guy where it's like they all get on the bus and they leave him behind, and it's him in the reflection. That's Aiden Ross with 21 Savage, and he's like, we're friends. We're friends. You would never do this to me. You would never leave me behind. The recording. Aiden Ross in the reflection.
And then Smash cuts to Aiden Ross's team handing the cards to him, like, here, check these out.
That
and Aiden Ross is like,
right there.
What do you mean they're marked? This one has a mark. It's a king, but it doesn't have, but this one's also a face card. It doesn't have a mark on the back. And his friend like leans over and he's like, it's right there.
Right there. Me and Jade have been doing this all day.
Right there.
It's right going there. Right there.
Yeah, and then Aiden Ross is like, he like looks at it, does a pog face, like he's shocked. Super shocked for it. And then and then they continue streaming after that. They streamed together after that. And then it was like Ludwig showed like a clip of them just like sitting there in silence.
It was so awkward.
It's
Uh,
so funny, man. Holy crap. It was them playing I think they went back to 2K or something playing
yeah,
it.
21 Savage picks the controller back up, but it's not turned on, which was my favorite part. And he's just holding it for a second.
So they start playing it again, and then at one point Aiden is like, "How about we just stop this? Huh? It's a good time to end."
Yeah.
And then Savage, like, I don't think he says anything, so they just sit there. They go back to like the webcam. They're like, and that was it. That was it. My boy, 21 Savage. I don't listen to any of your music, but that
You
was
know he's
funny.
British,
That was
right?
funny that you pulled. You almost got away with it. You know,
You
if
know
it
he's
weren't for
British,
those
right?
meddling kids. Literally, right, James? Those meddling kids. I'm assuming that
Literally
Aiden
his
Ross is.
audience of
I'm assuming his
children.
audience is kids. So
Yes,
that's
I think
fine.
it was confirmed from like when he had first started Kick and he was like showing his like analytic that he's like 13 year
Yeah, it
olds.
might have been because I think it was because of the whole like he showed porn on stream,
Yeah,
and then
the whole showed porn to minors.
and then he asked the question like, "How old are you guys in chat?" And everyone types in like 13 and stuff. And like, oh
It's
my,
so fucking stupid. God, he's a fucking idiot. I'm so happy he got scammed. I wish
just how it
chat
is,
weren't a bunch of fucking narcs and let it go through. Let him Logan Paul himself a little.
dude. But Logan Paul's like,
Let him
he,
buy that pack of
he's
Pokemon
already
cards
he's
and it's
already
just a
gone
bunch
through
of
his
baseball
redemption
cards. Let
arc,
him
dude.
get that shit.
Logan Paul's already gone through his redemption arc.
He
He's a
hasn't.
rich, successful person, handsome.
He,
You wish
he
you were
hasn't
like
gone through
him.
it. He hasn't gone through it. My brother was drinking a Prime energy drink on Christmas, and I stared at it as he held it,
Yeah,
like
there you
wondering
go.
if he understood who it was from. Because we've had conversations about Logan Paul. So when I
Mhm.
saw the energy drink, I was like,
You
it was
Kurt
very
angled
like
at him.
raised eyebrows. Yeah, I
You
Kurt
Kurt
angled
angled,
him before
stared
the
at
meme.
him.
When I need you, I don't want to say.
Me
Um,
when my bro starts drinking a Prime Energy in front of me. Yeah, so anyway, he's gone through his redemption arc. He's
no, it
he's
hasn't.
he's refunded some of the crypto
Did
stuff
he?
already. Yeah.
Some of them. There you go. There you go. Some of them.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. He's refunded the crypto thing, and we're gold. We're golden. There's no more. That's it.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I
That's
don't
it.
know about that
That's
one.
it. There is no more. There is no
I
more
don't
to
know
the
about that one,
story.
Chief. I think we got to run that one back again.
All right, so that was
Um,
the whole thing with Aiden Ross. I thought that was kind of funny. Should we get a
I
little bit
think
dangerous, James?
my favorite thing is when him and Kai Cenat get in a call together, and they pass the blame off onto the other guy. They both don't want to offend 21 Savage, so they can keep a relationship with him. So they have to.
That's right. Yeah, I mean,
So
do you want to
they have to
offend 21
blaze up
Savage?
21
No.
Savage and each other and be like, it's the guy that you promised a car to. Because like it's so funny watching the dual stream of them where it's Kai Cenat who overreacts to everything and Ross being like, and I think the guy that did it, yeah, the guy that did it, I promised his sister a car. And Kai Cenat's like, it's like the most like it's genuinely like the most like I feel like it has to be scripted stuff. Like it's so
If you told me that was all scripted, I probably would believe it. Yeah,
I would believe you because almost all stuff that
it's
like stuff that
content.
Kai Cenat and his like team does
Yeah, scripted.
is scripted
It's
stuff.
fake.
Like if you I didn't the whole like gingerbread thing where it's like the guy smashes his house and then he smashes his and then he smashes again, tackles Kai Cenat, scripted.
Hmm.
And it's also like I hate how obviously scripted it is because it's like the guy staring at like Kai Cenat like waiting for like the moment for him to like be ready to like jump at him as Kai Cenat's like there and then like Kai Cenat like moves back a bit and he's like now I jump at it. It's like
Now I jump.
oh god, just like
Yeah.
just don't make you know, make script content if you want, but like also don't just
There's
I don't
nothing
know,
wrong
do
with
one
scripted
thing that's
content.
real. Do one thing that's real. Like get
There's
the
I
Iron
don't.
Man suit again.
In my
Get
opinion, I don't think there's anything wrong with
Tyson
scripted
buy the
content.
Iron Man suit again. Just do something
If
that's
you
nice
if
and
you never
honest.
want to make any content that's real, that's fine with me. I don't really care that much.
Not with
If you
me.
want to make everything
I
scripted,
think
sure,
if everything
whatever.
that you do it just looks or it feels like it's scripted, then like buy the Iron Man suit again. Dude, that you looked like you were genuinely having fun doing that. I
Really.
thought that was a genuine moment when you felt really happy. The
What
whole
if
suit
everything that you said was scripted wasn't, and the Iron Man suit was scripted?
that would be
That was the
funny.
only thing that would be
That
scripted.
would be
That
funny.
would be hilarious.
That would
In
be a
another
funny one. But
universe,
here's the
maybe.
thing: I bet that one's scripted and the rest of them are scripted. But
Maybe.
that one looked genuine. His happiness looked genuine for that one. Even
Hmm.
if it was even if he was too small to wear it. That's the best reveal, by the way, is that it was too
He was
big
too
for him.
it was too big for him.
It
All
was
right,
too
James,
big
you
for him.
wanna let's you wanna get a little dangerous now?
Let's get some dangerousness.
I've
What
got
you
a couple
talking about?
topics to talk about. I'm not sure which one to start with. Let's start with
Ooh,
one that
yeah,
you might be interested in because it's show related. I think it's a show. Last Airbender,
yeah.
live
I haven't
action
watched the trailer
show
for
on
it.
Netflix. It's happening, I think. Yeah. How do you
What do
feel
you mean
about
it's
it?
happening? It's been filmed already, JD. It's coming out.
Yeah, I said it's happening. Yeah.
Well, yeah. When you say it's happening, it sounds like yeah. They just greenlit season one. Like it's coming out like this year, and I think a month or two.
Yeah, it's happening. The shows are being released. It's happening.
I know, but when you say it's happening, it sounds like it just started, not like it's been in progress for years. But yeah,
What do you
it's
feel about
coming
it,
out pretty
James?
soon.
Were you a
I
big Air
feel
Blast Airbender fan?
I was. I didn't. I still haven't watched Korra. I want to watch it. I want to give it an honest take
Come on,
because
James.
like
Can you lean a little bit to the where would you be at? A little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, a little bit the opposite direction of which you're leaning toward.
that is that centered for you?
Yeah, that's centered right there.
Okay.
Because
Uh
I cropped your webcam, so it's like
oh, my
it's
outer
like
frame
so I
again.
could fit it into the scene.
Um,
That looks good.
but I was a fan, and I'd like to give Korra an honest chance before I give it like too much. We talked about it before. Um, I
Go
have
ahead.
my personal feelings about the TV show, the live action one, because the actor plays Sokka. Uh, is not confirmed to be a Native American and is very likely faking it.
That was funny. The one that's
Uh,
playing in
it's
the live show like right now, the one that's going to be out
Yes,
live.
because in
Okay.
the original movie, the big controversy is that they like didn't get any of the ethnicities right. Like they made all of the airbender, all the airbenders and waterbenders, the people from those tribes and stuff. They're
Mhm.
all white people. Then all the people
Oh yeah, yeah,
from
that's right.
all the people
Shyamalan
from the Fire
is
Nation
funny.
are, I think, from India. The actors, I think, are, and then because I know M Night Shyamalan was among them, and there was like some other Indian actors I'm aware of, but I can't remember if what I think it was Chinese people were done for the Earth Tribe, which was like the only
Ooh.
accurate-ish one. But I don't know if they were supposed to be Chinese, but I'm like that one's at least in the right ballpark.
Oh, could have been
But
whatever to
for
me.
the show, they did their best to get them as I think the Earthbenders are also Indian. I think in the show because I know they casted some Indian actors.
Maybe I don't know. I thought Earthbenders are like white because I just remember the only Earthbender I remember was Toph.
Toph.
And I don't think she was Indian.
Well, I think Toph's family isn't like originally from the area. Like if we went through the lineage, I feel like we'd find that out
In
or whatever. But
Florida.
anyways, not without getting into it. Sokka's actor in the show was said to be Native American, and then when you look into his info, it's like very sketchy. It's like he was only confirmed to be Native American just a little bit before the show start filming. He's
I
part of a
mean, you know,
tribe that
he
has
could be like
countless people go to it to falsify their Native American history.
30% Native American. I don't know.
No, it's more like he's probably like 1%, if anything. And he went to a tribe. He claims to be from a tribe that's known for false claims. So it's like a tribe that's like
Just a
not
coincidence,
exactly
James. It's just a
recognized.
coincidence.
Yeah, it's
Well, I
very
mean,
big coincidence. Um,
at least here's the thing, right? At least they did
yeah.
something right with Sokka's. They got rid of the whole. They got rid of his sexism, right? Or they said they
Oh,
toned
did
it down
they?
a lot. So that's for you. That's for you.
Okay. I mean, I'm still
See,
not gonna like it while watching because I'm gonna be like, "That's a white man."
come on,
You
James.
you could have just
Come on,
casted
James.
who
They
is
got rid of it
unknown.
for you. They knew
I'm
it would
just
make you
saying the
angry,
main
so they got
guy
rid of
from
it.
I'm just saying the main guy from the Reservoir Dogs TV show is a much better choice for Sokka than who they got. But I will say this:
Reservoir Dogs.
he looks like Sokka. The costume wise, haircut wise, they made him look like Sokka.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
in
Still
my
white
opinion,
guy. It's still white
if he
guy.
looks like the character, that's fine with me. Whatever.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but when a show is very focused on the fact that like these people are from certain nations and these nations are built off of actual cultures, I don't want to M Night Shyamalan it again, where it's like this is actual Chinese lettering. No, these are just scribbles now. No,
I've got no
don't
problems
do
with it.
this.
If you
We
want to
gotta
just
watch
make
the
some
movie.
gibberish Chinese on there, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
I
these
mean,
used to be real Chinese
it's not like
letters.
that movie is critically acclaimed or anything. So
It's not, so
for a
thankfully.
variety of different reasons. That's
But
not
it's
those
a
reasons.
constant
But
thing with anime adaptations in general is that they'll cast white actors to play who are primarily like Asian characters and stuff, or like
yeah,
characters of other races and everything. And it's like a whole like people will be like, well, it's just reverse blackwashing. It's like, no, no, that's not how that works.
I mean, for
The
me,
white people are already the oppressive class. You can't
I mean, I
blackwash
don't
it.
really have that problem, especially with anime, because I usually watch in like sub, right? And they voice
Hmm.
pretty much every single character is voiced by Japanese person, and so I don't really have a problem with that kind of
Well, yeah,
thing.
Jay, that's because those are primarily, guess what, Japanese nations.
Well, I mean, in Attack on Titan too, every single person voiced
Well,
by
yeah,
a
that's what
Japanese
I'm
person,
saying.
but it doesn't
When
really
you
bother
get
me.
this is what I'm saying for the dubs and stuff. The dubs are being done in that region, so they're getting people from that region. That's why you'll find, like with the My Hero Academia, Hawks is
Yeah.
voiced by a black guy and stuff like that. In America, in the dub, but in the Japanese, he's not voiced by a black guy. He's voiced by a Japanese guy because he's from
Hmm.
Japan. It's just a whole thing of like where you are colloquially for dub, but for live action, physical appearance is very nice to have. Be accurate 1-to-1.
Yeah, and you said Sokka looks like Sokka, so
Well, also for this, with stuff like Attack on Titan, I see Attack on Titan and stuff like Full Metal Alchemist, and well, Full Metal Alchemist much more so, but Attack on Titan being very German
I
inspired
never
with
watched Full
stuff.
Metal Alchemist. Though. Still haven't
Well,
watched it.
it's very German inspired. It's very inspired by World War II era,
There's a
and
lot of
when
anime
they,
inspired by Germans, huh?
yeah,
They like really like them.
yeah, they really
The
like the
culture, I
Nazi part of
guess.
them.
I think it's funny.
Yeah,
I think it's
they
kind of
think it's
funny.
culture. Have you seen
It is
Tokyo
culture.
Revengers?
It is
Have you seen
culture.
Tokyo Revengers, the original
I
book?
mean, I always say it's a cultural
You see the
difference.
original
In this,
manga? They straight up wear the swastika.
for what was it?
Tokyo Revengers. They straight up wear the swastika in the manga.
I heard something like Japanese people think the swastika it means something else to them, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
it's the
about
whole
that.
defense of like, well,
It's the
no,
whole thing
it's
where did the swastika symbol exist before Nazis started using
yeah,
it
but
as
it's
their
also
symbol?
it's
I don't
not the
know.
same.
I have
It's
no idea.
switched around. So when they wear just straight up the swastika, they're wearing the Nazi symbol. They're not wearing the original symbol because they're in two different directions.
Hmm.
It's just flipped. But anyways, with stuff like that, I would imagine you would cast a white cast if you're making an adaptation because they're German. They're from German areas. Or for characters like Roy Mustang or Levi Ackerman or Mikasa, you would cast Asian actors because they're very Asian oriented with how they're styled and looked and everything. The way that
He
they're
could just
drawn
be
when you look
he
at
could
how
just
they're
be
drawn.
Asian German, like in German just looks
You could
Asian.
also do Asian Germans and whatnot because that did
Hmm.
exist. That was in that sort of area and region at the time and everything. Because again, they're very World War II Germany coded. You would find Asian Germans and everything because of the allyship between Japan and Germany.
Yeah,
But that's what I mean. Like when you do these sort of adaptations, you got to get the casting right. Otherwise, you're just getting another Scarlett Johansson playing an Asian character, and then in the movie, they are literally like, "You were
it's cool,
actually
man.
Asian
I
before you
like
got put in
Scarlett
this white
Johansson.
person's
She's
body."
cool. She's hot. Criminals are
Yeah,
hot.
Scarlett Johansson, she's hot. That's why she'll play
There you
anyone
go.
that
That's why
isn't
it's
supposed
okay.
to be played by Scarlett Johansson.
That's why it's okay. Scarlett Johansson. It's like
Uh,
putting Chris Pratt in like a role that he probably shouldn't be in, but hey, it's Chris Pratt, so
tell me, yeah, him playing Mario, but it's also like that's a voice thing. Voice thing can be done by. It's like Toad wasn't black, but he was voiced by a black guy. You don't need to be
Toad is a
Jack
mushroom.
Black. Isn't a lizard.
He's not. Yeah, you're right, but nobody's a lizard except maybe some people. Mark Zuckerberg.
But that's my point. Is like when it comes to voice acting, cool, awesome, go for it. The whole problem with Rooster Teeth though is that they had no diversity at all with their casting, despite having a very diverse company. That's why they got in trouble and corrected it with Camp by casting actors who are of those ethnicities to play those characters and stuff. But it didn't change much with the voice either. They did impressions that sounded very close to the characters while keeping it with themselves. That's why I didn't mind it when that happened. But it's also like they had a problem of only like doing white casting for a lot of it. That's why they were given shit for it. But with other stuff, they don't do that primarily. I just nearly fucking hit myself in the eye. And that's why I think with live action, you gotta get it right. These are Asian characters, and these are Native American characters. And you were going for the whitest looking Native American actors you could find. Like literally, the actress that plays Katara gets a lot of crap from fans because she's very white passing. They're like, why couldn't you have just gotten a darker Native American person and stuff?
There you go.
And
I
I think
mean,
for Sokka,
here's the thing.
uh,
I understand, guys. I understand that here,
fellas,
James hates light skinned Native Americans. I understand that. It's
that's not
fine.
what I
I
said.
have a lot of
No,
people
that's not
that
what
I
I said,
know
and I
that
know that's
don't
what you're
like
going to
people
take away
because of
from it too.
their skin. It just happens. It just happens. There are people like that in the world. You can't change their minds. They're crazy.
No, but I'm saying like that's the whole thing of like why people accepted Sokka at first as being Native American because they're like, oh, it looks like they're going for what looks like almost white passing Native American people, and
Might
then
be
it was like,
pandering to the
oh,
Asian market too.
Sokka is very he's not Native American at all. The actor that plays him, that's just a white guy. That's just
It's for
straight
the
up a
bit,
white dude.
James. It was because of the bit. They're like, what if we just make Sokka like all
This
white?
this is like
It's
when
for
they
the
casted
bit.
fucking Noah Schnapp as a Palestinian Israeli kid in a movie, and then it was like, no, he's just straight up only Israeli, and
Sure,
he hates
James.
Palestine.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think the way to correct this is that you don't cast him in season two. You just recast him. Like you don't acknowledge it. You just straight up recast him. That
Yeah.
fixes the problem because like I don't care about the relationship between my Bill and Set. That is a big problem, and you will never recover unless you fix it. Like, I mean, also the original
Yes.
creators left the show
Your
because of a lot
skin
of
is a
stuff.
problem. Correct
Like,
it.
I, it's very important to get stuff right, and they got a lot of
Mm-hmm.
stuff right appearance wise, from how it looks. I haven't seen it, so from appearance wise, but it's also like the original
It's not
creators
really
even
bad.
left the show after being brought on, and it's
Oh yeah,
because
that's right.
like
They did leave.
they wanted to age up the characters at the time so they could have more sexually charged situations, and it's like,
Oh, that's right.
no,
They said they wanted to
stop.
make it like a more like, was it Game of Thrones? I think
Yeah,
that's what they said.
they wanted to do
They
Game
were
of
like, we
Thrones,
wanted to appeal to a Game of Thrones audience. I
which
was like, Last
whoa, hold
Airbender?
on,
Wait a minute.
Zuko and Azula.
I've never seen Game of Thrones, but I know there's some weird stuff that happens in Game of
That's
Thrones.
why I said Zuko and Azula.
You know,
Um, it's also very just odd, like that you'd want to do that for character. It's like what they did with the Percy Jackson characters, where it's like in the books they're 12, but in the movie they're like all 18.
yeah, I like the books of like teenagers, like really young teenagers, and then in the movies they age them up so that they can have relationships.
Literally played by Al Pacino from
Which you know
Tropic
what,
Thunder.
you
He
know
has
what,
a full
at
on
least they
beard.
aged them up. So
JD, he
I'll
was
take it
played
back.
by Al Pacino from Tropic Thunder, one of the kids in the Percy Jackson movie.
When the kids was
The booty
played by
sweat
Al
guy.
Pacino.
Yeah, the booty sweat guy.
Uh, that's Al Pacino.
That's Al Pacino. That's his like name in the movie. I think is Al Pacino. I don't know the actor's actual name, or if he actually is named Al Pacino. Uh,
It'd be hilarious if he was actually named that.
but
He was in Percy Jackson. I didn't know
yes,
that.
he plays the goat guy,
I didn't know Booty Sweat was in there.
and
Man.
he played that after Tropic Thunder.
Okay. Yeah.
He has a beard in it. That's what I mean. Like these are adults.
Yeah, they are adults. In the
These
movie,
are
they're adults.
adults. He's
If
playing
you
an
want to age up your
18-year-old.
characters for movies, sure. I don't really find that
No, I'm
unless
not
it's
sure.
like
Don't.
unless it's
Weird.
unless it's a content that's specifically meant to be like kid oriented, like Last Airbender.
Like Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson, I don't know if it was specifically kid
It
oriented.
was
It was like what, based off Greek
mythology,
Greek
but it
mythology?
was made. It was literally given out when we were in like going from elementary to middle school is when it was like the like acceptable reading age
When
for
did I
it.
read that?
I never
Yeah.
read it, but I know that's when it was
Oh.
out.
I,
But
I thought I remember Percy Jackson being a lot more violent than I thought it was. But
I mean,
maybe that
it's
was something
definitely
else I read.
violent, but it's also like it's a kid's tale. It's like all kids' tales of Greek time are fucking violent. Like, I mean, have you read Odysseus?
Yeah,
That's supposed to be for kids.
yeah. I read.
That
I
is,
also read
that is
Oedipus.
horribly violent. Yeah. Exactly.
I read that as a kid. It was trying to teach you a lesson. You know, don't be like Oedipus.
Don't fuck your mom and kill your dad.
Fuck your mom. There you go.
Oedipus, did you fuck your mom?
If I take out my eyes, I won't be able to. I've unfucked my mom. If I just remove my eyes.
That's funny. But yeah, no, it's like that's my problems with it is that they the original creators left and that they still have this guy on, and I hope he's not there for the second season. If he is,
Dude, I can't wait
what the
for
fuck are
Last
you doing?
Airbender to just turn into Riverdale. That'd be hilarious. Japes, you still with me? Open your eyes, James. Look at the reality.
If I don't open my eyes,
You've unfucked Riverdale.
I've
If I don't open my eyes, I've
Riverdale.
unseen Riverdale.
If I open my eyes, I've unfucked Riverdale. So stupid. Okay, let's move on.
Okay. Let me see what else I got on the topic.
Yeah,
Unless
you
you
said
have
you had
something you
something
want to talk
else.
about. I have a list of things.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen The Boys, right?
I have seen The Boys.
I guess this is like a really short um, section then.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently the actress that played Starlight had some plastic surgery done and people are ragging
Yeah.
on her for it.
Yeah,
That was
people
it?
are being very weird online where it's like she had plastic surgery done for herself, and people are like, "You ruined yourself. You've made yourself unbeautiful. How dare you take this from me, some weirdo online with a parasocial relationship."
Yeah. So every
Fuck
Starlight
off.
fan just crying now because
Dude, I saw her post of like being like talking about it. I was like, oh, I didn't know this was going on. I look at the comment section. Literally, the first thing is like, "You ruined your beauty with this. How could you do this to me?"
well, I guess in my opinion, first
People are
off,
fucking crazy to think
does
that they're
plastic
owed
surgery make you
anything.
more beautiful? I think in certain cases it's unnoticeable, and I think in those cases
Yeah.
it works. But
Sometimes it's not
I think I did
necessary.
see the picture of Starlight, and
Yeah.
I think it's too much. Actually, I think it's pretty noticeable.
I think it's
It was like
not
that
a
whole Zac
situation.
Efron thing, where like he says like he
Yeah.
didn't do plastic surgery, but then you look at his face and it looks completely
Well,
different.
I thought he got in an accident. That's why his face was like that.
No, that's what he was
I
claiming.
heard that he had gotten jaw surgery or like some sort of like reconstructive
Yeah,
jaw
here's the
surgery, and
thing.
that's like why his face was like,
He was claiming it was because of the jaw injury that he got,
yeah,
but
jaw
that
injury.
was a really long time ago when he got that injury and
Was
then
it?
had the
When did he
repair.
get that?
I don't know. It was like maybe several years ago, I think. And then it was only very recently that like he showed up to like film on
No.
whatever that movie they filming was with the wrestling.
Iron Claw.
Yeah, whatever it was called.
Yeah, it's Iron
I don't
Claw.
remember. He showed up and the pictures leaked out of him, and everyone's like, "What happened to his face? Why does his face look like that?"
What happened to you? You ruined your beauty.
Well, either way, even if it was because of the jaw surgery, there's still like things done with like his nose and like his cheekbones or whatever. They're like the
I
classic
personally
things you
just
do with
think it's
plastic
like
surgery.
it's not a situation that involves us. Like, yeah, we can have our
That's true.
opinions on it, but we shouldn't like harass celebrities about the
Yeah, I
choices
mean,
they
I don't
make.
care
It's the
whether or
most
not.
parasocial fucking shit of like fucking hounding celebrities about their own choices. And
I
it's
don't
like,
care,
who are
and
you?
you
You
shouldn't
weirdo.
care.
Like, leave these people alone.
You shouldn't care that
I shouldn't have to
Starlight
white knight for celebrities that be
Zac
like,
Efron
leave
gets like
them
a
the fuck alone.
plastic surgery.
Like, this is like exactly what paparazzi do type shit. Like, fucking harass the fuck out of
Yeah,
celebrities.
there you
And
go.
it's like, you guys aren't better now. You've now become just as bad as the paparazzi.
Wait, hey
Like,
James, you I know you like harassing celebrities because they're like rich and a lot of them have done pretty bad things. So it's like okay,
eat them. I say eat them alive.
there you
But
go.
yeah, go on. What are you talking about?
Plastic surgery in general. I think
Ah.
most people don't need it, honestly.
Um,
Unless you've been through unless you're just born like particularly super ugly and like everyone you meet just calls you ugly.
or
I
you've
don't
been
think
in
you
an
really need it.
accident and kind of require it to like fucking fix you. You know, like
Well,
I
if
don't think being
it's a different
born
it's a
with like a
different
cleft lip and stuff like
it's a
that's the only
different
stuff that
talk if
happens.
it like adds functionality to you. Like if you can't like chew something because your jaw's like skewed or
Yeah,
something, and then you have to get plastic surgery to fix it. That's like a whole different. I mean, like plastic surgery
yeah,
to
that's
look
like
better.
medically taking steroids to taking them to
Yeah,
like lift more.
I meant like plastic surgery for aesthetic reasons, like to make yourself look better, that kind
You
of thing.
know, we talked about this, but we were in a weight training class with a kid who took steroids, and that will never blow my mind.
I
That
mean,
guy was like
looking back on it, I
17.
think there was probably a lot more of them taking steroids than you and
Just
I
from what
thought there
I
were.
know, one guy we were in the class. I'm sure there were other guys, but one guy we were in the class with, from what I know, took
Definitely
steroids,
did it.
and
Yeah.
that blew my fucking mind because it was like you didn't need to. You're 17, dude. Calm the
Because
fuck
here's the thing:
down.
people like dudes like us who take steroids, a lot of them,
Like us.
yeah, like us. Let me mute a bit.
Look at that! Look at that muscle.
So, uh, when they take steroids, they don't like put any effort for it, so they kind of just doesn't really do a lot. But
Yeah.
they're still taking steroids anyway. They just don't look like Arnold
They're still
Schwarzenegger.
destroying their bodies physically.
Yeah. So anyway, there's apparently a lot more people who take
Mhm.
steroids like that than you think.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's medically taking steroids. It's like, uh, medically getting plastic surgery and stuff. And
Mhm.
I can understand that. But I also think, like, if you personally get it done, it's like, we can have our opinions, but it's like not ultimately up to us to decide type
I mean,
thing.
yeah, you have your opinions, but just keep it to
Everyone's allowed their
yourself.
opinions, but, like,
You don't have to
calm the
put
fuck
it out there
down.
on the internet.
I
Like,
mean,
yeah, you can think like, hey, this plastic
she's
surgery makes you
regularly
look
taking
awful.
photos
But,
of herself before. She wasn't like being like, look at my new plastic surgery. She was just doing what she normally posted.
yeah, yeah,
Like, I
you can
followed her.
think
I
like,
followed her
hey,
on Instagram. I've seen her post. I know what she posts.
you can think like,
I know
hey,
that this wasn't abnormal.
this plastic surgery makes you look awful, but you don't have to like type it out to her. Like that's kind of a dick
Oh,
move.
that's what you mean. Yeah, like you as a person
keep
do
it.
not need to
Just
go
keep
out
it
of
to
your way to be
yourself.
like, why did you do to yourself?
You're gonna be her mother.
My mother's saying I have a piercing. Whore. That will never not be the craziest fucking moment because I was like,
Okay.
what?
All right, James. This is your chance to have whatever topic you want to talk about. Anything right now, or else I'm going to
There's a
talk
new
about something
update
else.
in Halo Infinite right now with King of Hill modes and stuff, and they just released the Halo Wars Armor Core. I think it's the Mark IV, because I don't think it's the Mark V. I think the Mark V comes after it. It's
Yeah.
the Mark IV Armor Core, and it's really cool. I really like it. There's a lot of customization in the store for it. I can't afford any of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait,
um,
I forgot to mention this thing when in that previous
mhm.
topic. I just want to bring it up real quick. When I saw the picture of Starlight's plastic surgery, the facial structure she had reminded me of like my own face. Actually, I was like, wait a minute, she's trying to copy my style
I'm
with
like,
the high pointed out cheekbones. I don't know if I can show you it here, but like if I like
no, I've
angle my
seen it. I know
face
what you're
right,
talking about. I've seen it.
like my
Yeah,
high. It's because I'm Asian. I have a high cheekbones and they kind of pop out because I also
it's
am kind of skinny. And then she copied my like jawline too, trying to keep my jawline in there. The
I'm
only
sorry, but
difference is
saying
I
it's
don't have
because
the
of Asian
nose.
is funny.
My nose is kind of like it kind of widens out, it's kind of fat, but
Oh, we
her
didn't
nose
talk
is a
about
bit
this, but
thinner.
the trial, not the trial, but
Thick lips,
the Senate hearing.
thick lips for TikTok.
For all the social medias, they had a ton of them there. It was also the ex CEO that fucking uh Elon Musk passed it off to, like, after he fucked the whole thing up. He's like, and it's yours now. Ran away.
Here,
She had to
take
deal with the
it's right
fallout of
there.
it.
It's right there. He says to the next ex CEO.
Where does it say I'm the CEO now? Right there.
It's right there.
Runs away. But yeah, they I don't know exactly what it was. It was another one of those like hearings that they had for a while ago for the TikTok guy.
Mhm.
I don't think the same lady that was there last time that was going at this face and was like,
Did you want her to
really,
be there?
really, how do you say your name again? I'm not finished. And
How did
actually,
you say your name?
you don't get your time back, and I get your time.
Chinese sounding name you got there. Almost sounds like a
That's a real
CCP spy.
Chinaman like name you got, huh?
Almost like a CCP spy. Hmm.
Fucking, they do this. They do the fucking tongue on the lip thing, like the. So
So,
you're Chinese, eh? I am from
Chinese, huh?
Singapore. That's what they all say. We'll get
Was
the
it
truth out
actually?
of you.
Was that quote actually said in the court where he's like, "Are you part of the CCP or something?" And he says, "No, I'm Singaporean."
Dude, it
And then
was
he says,
10
"Are you
minutes
associated
straight
with the
of that.
CCP?" Hmm.
That's real. It's 10 minutes straight of him saying, I sent you videos on it as well, but like when I first saw it, I'm like, there's no way they did it again. He's like, they're like, fucking Tom Cotton is the guy's name.
Yeah, Tom Cotton.
The most blatantly like fucking like, what was Leonardo DiCaprio's name in Django Unchained?
I don't know. I never watched it.
Candy, can't, because it's called Candyland because everyone's picking candy, but it's
So
cotton.
it's Candy,
It's like that's the most like on the fucking. It was like
Mr.
Tom
Candy.
Cotton from a southern state, and he's racist. Who could have guessed? I wonder where he got his last name from.
Well, James, okay, now you don't get to decide your last name.
I'm not done yet.
Hold on, I've got more for you.
No, I gotta lay into more.
Infomercial.
It's so crazy that he went on for so long and like none of the other people said anything because I mean obviously it didn't. That fucking Ted Cruz was there like Mark Zuckerberg,
Dude, I
you're a
think he
horrible
was.
awful piece of shit and you
It might have
hurt
been
people.
staged,
You
man.
hurt people. Unlike me who abandoned my state when it froze over and people were actually getting harmed from the ramifications of not having a proper infrastructure to support it when it had a freeze over. And I just ran away to go to Hawaii and then I blame my children for it because I'm a little piece of shit. You hurt people.
I thought it was staged, man. I thought maybe they paid him off. I thought they made him paid him off to make these like insane statements and just focus on the whole CCP thing instead of asking him actual questions about TikTok or something. I think it's just
you think that's the truth?
That's the theory. That's my theory. That's my game theory about it. Is that TikTok paid him off to just be racist in front of everyone. They're like Tom Cotton, he's racist. Like it makes sense. It just makes sense.
Look at the name. Look at the person. Look at where he's from.
And then we can avoid answering any questions about what actually is wrong. You know, so
because he never asked any questions about what's wrong. He just kept going.
Let's just go with the
Chinese.
CCP thing. Going Chinese.
CCP. I smell Chinese in here.
Is that Chinese food I'm smelling?
He talks like he says it like a British person. Fancy a Chinese.
Is that chow mein that I'm smelling in here?
Is that lo mein?
Who brought a Panda Express? You brought a Panda Express and share with me?
What's that you got there? That a fortune cookie? You want some wontons? I'm from Singapore.
Oh, God.
That sounds like you're from China to me.
That sounds like I know you're from there. I had some Singaporean chow mein. Now come on.
You said I know you're from there, but it sounded like I know your friend there. Like he's like, yeah, I know a guy from Singapore too. And he's Chinese according to me.
I'm from Singapore. He's like, yeah, and I'm from Carolina. So now
we're both liars.
Yeah, I'm from Canada. Yeah, we're both liars now, aren't we?
You're a long way from China, boy.
It just turns into a boxing match between Tom Cotton and CEO of TikTok.
Here,
they both get up out of their chairs.
Tom Cotton, you be TikTok CEO. Float like a butterfly, sting like a pack.
So yeah, they did that again.
Dude,
got him.
So
I can just say got him.
I'm sorry, they are so fucking racist. They don't hide it. They don't hide it. They're just so fucking racist that they don't even think about it. They're like Chinese.
It just comes
like,
out.
I'm Singaporean. And they're like, that's a part of it.
James, dude, it's simple. If you look Asian, you're Chinese. That's all. If you look like you're Chinese, you're Chinese.
You're a Chinaman, ain't you? I'm from India. Same difference.
I'm from India. And I'm from the UK.
Oh, dude, no. I had this funny thought of a skit. If I could ever do like a Rooster Teeth skit where Armando Torres, one of the new hosts of the RT podcast, and Gus Sorolla kind of get this thing where they both get asked what their race is a lot of times and people can't get it exactly right. So I thought a funny bit would be Armando gets asked like, well, where are you from? And he's like, well, I'm, wait, let me guess. And they start guessing and then he gets transported to like a waiting room and he sees Gustavo's there and everything. And Gus is like, yeah, it happens to me all the time. And you just really wait here until they call you back. And then an Asian guy walks in and they're like, oh, you get the same situation. He's like, yeah, they asked me where I'm from. And then he sits down and they're like, well, where are you from? He's like, I'm from New Jersey. And you're like, well, where's your family from? Like they play into like doing exactly what people do to them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, sorry. That just reminded me of it.
We should just do a ripoff of that where it's like $1 million, but the prompt is whenever you get asked where you're from, they have to guess where you're from, and you get teleported to where they guess that you're from.
That's not bad.
$1 million.
But I couldn't be the one that gets it because it would never. They would just be somewhere else in the U.S.
You would definitely take the money then because there's no way they mess up the guess. They'd be like Carolina, and they go.
Except I go to North Carolina. I have to go to North Carolina now, and I don't want to go to North Carolina.
You get $1 million. You can just fly back.
I don't want to go to North Carolina.
You just fly back with your $1 million.
I'll spend that $1 million flying back alone.
It doesn't take $1 million to fly from North Carolina to here,
It
wherever
took
we are.
You're right. North
It's literally a
Carolina.
fraction of that, James. Come on.
We're in North Carolina. This is our new canon. JD is
Yeah.
9 feet tall, super buff, and we live
Listen,
in North Carolina.
I get a free ticket to Japan. Like, come on. All I have to do is I go up to them. They'll be like, where are you from? Hold on, let me guess. And I'm like, Konnichiwa. And they're like, oh, got it. And then
Korea.
I get to eat some authentic ramen. Maybe eat some Japanese seafood. I heard their seafood was pretty good. They're right next to the ocean.
Subtitles?
I walk around. I have no idea. I have no idea where I am. I don't speak Japanese. But they'll inherently be nicer to me because I kind of look like them. So there you go.
Now they'll look at you and they'll go, "You ain't one of us, boy." They also have southern
they look at me. They're like, "You CCP boy." I'd be like, "Yes, I am actually."
Chinese passport,
You didn't know, but I'm actually a CCP spy. But
you got a Chinese passport.
Nobody asked me that before.
Where are you from?
Wait, let me guess.
Where are you from, boy?
You from the CCP? I get teleported to the CCP office.
You're in the president's chair.
I get right in there.
Oh no.
All right, James, was that
You got a Chinese passport, don't you? No,
James, let me ask you this, James.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, do you want to say anything about this topic before I move? That was a transition, by the way.
No, I'm good. We can move on.
Okay. You a big fan of the Suicide Squad, James?
I'm
when are you gonna play their new game?
I'm a big fan of killing the Justice League.
Never
do that. $70. I'm not going to spend that.
When are you gonna play the new game on stream?
I'm going to say is I've seen the gameplay. It looks like it's not unfun. I look like I would have a fun time,
okay.
and I'd really like to play it with like friends because it looks like it's even more fun if you get friends.
Lean a little bit to the right. Lean a little bit to the. Yeah, there you go.
So me poking out from
no, lean back a little bit toward the left. Lean a little bit toward the left, just a little bit though. Like a little more. A little bit. You gotta just move a little bit. Just keep going until I say stop. So yeah, I understand it's $70, but
yeah,
I feel like it's just if you're a fan of it, like you gotta just buy it, man.
I mean, it's a thing though. It's like I want to get it, but it's like $70. It's the whole reason I don't buy a lot of games is because of the price of them and whatnot.
Yeah, it's too expensive for you.
Yeah, it's a matter of like
thing.
Games are really expensive, and I feel like a lot of games shouldn't be that expensive. You know, like I remember when games like was like $60 was
well,
even
they're definitely
like
not worth that much if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, like it's just a lot, and it's like I feel like I'm not gonna get like that kind of money out of it. Like I'm not gonna get that kind of enjoyment out of it. I mean.
Probably not.
Like with Halo Infinite, I would have paid money for it because I feel like I've had constant fun with it. I feel like I didn't have a moment where I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
With
especially for a game like Suicide Squad, I heard it wasn't very good, but
yeah, I've heard a lot of mixed opinions. I heard a lot of people saying it's not a fun game for me. I've heard a lot of people say it is a fun game. So it's like I don't have opinion on that because like I got too many contrary opinions on that alone.
Yeah, I'd have to play it in order to know, but I'm not going to play it. So
yeah, until I buy you the game.
You're not buying me that game. It is $70 for just one copy. And if you think that
I need you,
from what I've seen from the gameplay, it is definitely not worth $70. It's just not. It's just not worth it.
It's not. It looks like it's fun-ish. It looks like it's better than the Avengers.
I heard it was better than the Avengers. Yeah.
Which isn't a high bar to clear, but they cleared it.
Makes me even more sad because I wish it was just worse, so that we could actually make fun of it and have.
Yeah.
And then we would have more of an incentive to play it. Because then we can make fun of it. But now that it's just mid. I heard it was just mid. So now it's like okay.
I think my biggest gripe with it is that it's like I feel like from what I've seen the interactions with the Justice League feel too kind of like they're spread out ish, but I feel like they're also breathe brief at the same
I
time.
hear
Like I
all these
feel
nerds online. They're like, oh, these guys can never kill the Justice League. They got guns and stuff. You can't shoot the Justice League. But I'll tell you, as a true bona fide American, you can definitely kill the Justice League with bullets. Okay,
you.
it's just an amount of bullets. You need a lot of bullets, and you can kill them. It's just,
I'll
it
say
makes
this:
no sense.
one bullet can end Batman's life.
Exactly.
It's literally all it takes is one bullet. You don't even need a lot. You don't need a special bullet. Just one.
Just
You just
one.
need one. You need to be faster than
Just
him.
put it right.
That's about it.
Put it right there on the chin, right on Batman's chin. He doesn't cover
there's a
that
certain
up.
part of it. A certain part of a critical issue in his costume he somehow overlooked. There's a big hole right here.
Hole right here.
Big old hole.
He could
right
cover it with some
here.
bulletproof mesh and talk through it, but he doesn't. So it's right there. It's
There's no
perfect.
such thing as bulletproof mesh.
I mean, there could be. There's no such thing as a Batman. But guess what? There is in that universe. There's no such thing as Superman.
Right.
But there is in that universe. You telling me Batman can't create a bulletproof mesh that you could talk through? Come on.
Fictionally speaking, yeah, he could.
Fictionally, yes, fictionally speaking.
But I feel like that's my gripe, is that I feel like their part of it is too briefish. Like we see them a lot, but I feel like we don't interact with them too much until the boss battle.
I thought there's
and
gonna
then
be more
it's
Justice League
done.
members in it. There's like 4, maybe
There's 5.
5.
It's the main core 5. You know, it's the whole like
It was the
it's
Flash,
Flash,
Batman,
Green Lantern,
Green Lantern,
Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman.
Wonder Woman. But you
then
only
it's
kill
also
4 of
like
them, I think.
it's also at the beginning of the game. Spoilers, by the way. At the beginning of the game, Flash is not part of them. He's a good guy at the moment. And then he gets infected later on. Wonder Woman is not part of them. She gets killed, I think, while fighting Superman.
I think Superman kills her, yeah.
Yeah, Superman kills her. And so it's like, kill the Justice League. It's a nice name. It's very, gets people's attention. It like, whoa, the Justice League.
I saw the what was it, the game cutscene movie?
Yeah, I saw
just a bunch of
how
cutscenes for
everyone dies part.
Yeah, how everyone dies. That's how it was.
Yeah, that's
And
the one
then,
I watched.
Wonder Woman, she fights Superman, takes like this big chunk of kryptonite, she just stabs him in the chest with it. And then Superman's like, oh, and then Wonder Woman's like, but check this out. She pushes it deeper into his chest, and he's like, oh, and then he zaps her to death, and he flies away.
Yeah, I feel like Superman's appearance in it isn't all that it's kind of just whelmed. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel underwhelmed. I feel just kind of mid about
I think
it.
it's kind of funny the boss battles in there.
The boss battles are interesting.
You just
in some
shoot
areas
them,
and
don't you? You just shoot them.
Every
There
one
might
of
have
you
been some
a
other
gun.
mechanics in it, but I'm not sure.
I like the way that they thought of doing everybody's traversing.
Yeah, I heard
think
that the
that was-
movement was really good in the game.
I think that's very clever the way that they did it, and they made it make sense for both the character and who their antagonist is.
Yeah.
Captain Boomerang. He has a fucking Speed Force boomerang. That's hilarious. That's very comic booky.
The way they can move around is Boomerang can he can jump. He can he has a midair dash, and then when he can throw his boomerang and teleport to it to kind of move around. And then King Shark has he kind of has a Hulk movement where he just has a big jump and he can dash through the air and stuff. I do like I saw the movement. I think the movement's really good.
I like the writing. I think the writing is actually surprisingly. I didn't expect it to be good. I was expecting it to be kind of like Avengers.
I haven't heard anything bad about the writing yet. I think maybe they were just. I think most of it was they're just angry that the Justice League died to Suicide Squad.
I heard that people have let the banter play out between the characters and stuff, and they had not heard for 10 minutes straight. They didn't hear an original a line get repeated once.
I like the designs of the characters, especially
I think
Boomerang. I think Boomerang looks really good.
I think of all of the characters, I'm going to say, I don't like Wonder Woman's design.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize it. I thought her design was going to be this is what she looks like post what happened to the Justice League. No, this is what she looked like before the Justice League as well.
It's just how she looks normally, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that feels weird when you look at her compared to the rest of them then, because it looks like she's like wearing like just
Dude, you're
like
just
a
a boomer old dude who's like, I want more skin from Wonder Woman. No, she's got a ton of armor on and just
no,
it looks
it's just
cool.
it feels like a post-apocalyptic
Yeah,
look,
it's a
and
post-apocalyptic look.
I feel like that doesn't fit her unless she was in the post-apocalypse, which is where we are getting
Okay,
currently the apocalypse as the game's happening. So it feels like that makes sense for the apocalyptic look. But that's like, oh yeah, you see that that's just kind of how she always looked.
I
It's
can't.
like,
Oh yeah, I heard something about the writing where like they found like some weird piece. I didn't know if it was real or not. It might have been fake, but
hmm.
they found like a woke like entry from Lex Luthor in the game where
A
he's
woke
talking about,
entry.
yeah, a woke entry. That's what they called it, where he's like talking about the Amazonians, where they're like he's like praising them, kind of like simping for them. He's like, man, I love the Amazonians. They got like the perfect society over there. Like, my God, no men. That society is perfect. I love
I
that
mean,
shit.
yeah, that sounds about
And we
right for
should
like
have that
Lex
thing.
Luthor. He's like an egomaniac. He's like, I feel all other men are inferior to me. I feel like
Well, I
I would
mean,
go along nicely with
he
the
also includes
Amazonians.
himself in that whole man thing, right?
I don't know. I feel like with Lex Luthor, like from what I'd seen
Well,
of him, he
he's
was
beyond a man. He's Superman.
yeah. He in his eyes, he is Superman, and Superman
He
is the bad guy, and he's
dies,
like, I am the most superior. I am the best. And I think I would do greatly in a nobody else society but
and
me and the
I think
woman.
I deserve 91 virgins in Amazonia. They should have welcomed
And
me in
then
there.
he gets ripped out of his super suit by Flash.
And then yeah, he just gets
And then his heart
annihilated
crushed
by
by
Flash.
Flash.
He gets annihilated by Flash.
That was a good twist. I will say a good twist. The Earth 2 Lex.
I don't know all of the timeline for it, but I also don't care about the
So
spoilers. So
it was Lex Luthor gets his heart ripped out by Flash
yeah,
and dies.
it was like a
And then
multiverse thing that
we're
happens.
looking for we get sent into another world at one point.
Hmm.
And like you're like, where the fuck are we? What Waller? What mission did you send us on? That's any of the characters. Uh,
It's every mission. Where the
that's
fuck
every
are we?
character on every mission.
What are we doing?
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
Waller,
Waller. Oh,
Waller,
Waller.
Waller.
Waller. Waller.
Every single
Um,
mission.
but yeah, you go into this other world, and then like you come onto this like bunker, and you're going down into it, and you're like, okay, there's some sort of guy in here that we gotta get, and we gotta bring him back because he's going to help us. And it's like, oh, Lex. Like you don't realize it because he has hair and a beard, and like he isn't voiced by the same guy. He has like
He's
kind of more
mogged.
British. He,
Mogged Lex enters the scene. What's up, guys?
well, it's also like he's skinnier because Lex is
Everyone
kind of
gets
like
rizzed.
a fat buff. He's like kind of fat but buff at the same time
Hmm.
in the original universe, and then in the second universe he's like kind of like he's very skinny from the post-apocalypse. Like his world is literally he's the last person alive on
Oh,
it.
I see.
And so it's like he's like very like atrophied. He's got like very sunken in cheeks and everything. He has a kind of more British voice to him. He's got
So
a
he's
big beard
British.
and hair. And like they're talking to him, and they're like, and at one point one of them's like, "Wait,
One of them's like, "Wait,
you're Lex Luthor?" And
you're
he's like,
the
"Of course
most,
I'm Luthor.
you're the
Who
most
else would I be?
nourished British man.
You're an average British person?
You're the most nourished British man." He's just skinny.
You're a British man who didn't eat their version of Chinese food?
Have you
By the way,
tried
which
Chinese
is horrible.
food?
I
So
want us to go to England just so we
okay,
can try
so
their
so the
version of Chinese
plot
food.
devolves into they jump into another like
Yeah,
multiverse.
it's the live play of it all and how it will continue out from here on is that there will be like I think seasons of content
Mhm.
that involve the Elseworlds. The first
Just
one's going to be
just
about a
other
Joker from another
multiverses.
universe and stuff.
I see. I saw the Joker design too.
Yeah,
Like the one they're gonna add in.
it's not the same Joker, by the way.
I
Gotta make that
cannot.
very fucking
I
clear.
can't wait for Jared Leto's Joker to come in as DLC. Like my god.
This version of Joker was part of Task Force X and killed all the other members, and that's what he is on his world. Then there's going to be like a bunch of other people. I don't know who yet, but this Lex Luthor, he gives like a lot of nice detail. He's like, "That's why you look like Deadshot and Lady Boomerang," and that kind of like, "Fucking what, my what,
Lady Boom.
lady? What is this?
Lady.
What are we on some kind of multiverse?"
I like how
Look the camera,
unironically
wink.
Australian Boomerang is.
So cartoonish Australian, it's not real.
So stereotypically Australian.
Um, but yeah, I like a lot of the stuff in it. I like the joke that Captain Boomerang has a big penis and that everybody's impressed by it.
Is that what the joke is? Yeah,
Yeah,
James,
when
I think
he's pissing on
you would
Flash's
like all
body.
the horny stuff, but only relating to dudes.
I mean, they definitely do it with Harley too. I feel like.
I've seen a couple. I've only seen a couple actually where horny moments. I don't think I've seen Harley
No, there's not
yet,
a
but they're
there's not a
probably
lot. It's
I don't like disagree with you. There's probably Harley stuff in there. I just haven't seen it. I've
I
seen
also just think
two.
it's like everybody going insane over her grabbing
Yeah, it
Deadshot's
was. I
ass
was about
is
to say I
like,
was about two where big penis and also Deadshot's ass, and
but
that was
it's
about
also
it.
like why would the I firstly the Deadshot one, it's been a constant of like them and him and Harley having this sort of relationship with each other where it's like play like kind of
I can't believe
flirting
they would
like
do
this
that, dude.
throughout
Like
all
Harley,
fucking continuity since the movie came out.
I couldn't believe they would do that shit because Harley like gay, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her like
I
shipping
don't
with
think
like a straight
she's
dude, but
well, firstly bisexual. Secondly, uh,
is
her
she
and Ivy
actually?
do not have a relationship in the games like that, so it's like
I don't
not
know.
a thing.
I thought she was always with like Joker, but maybe that's just like a
Yeah, she was with Joker in the Arkham verse, and then Joker died, and then she just tried to replace Joker with like other versions of Joker, but they weren't Joker.
their versions of Joker.
Firstly, I am Joker. Secondly, you are not Joker.
Firstly, I am
Thirdly, you want to be Joker, but you can't be Joker because I am a Joker. It's so weird not to say Vegeta in it. I was like fucking with myself trying to say it.
Joker.
Uh, First of all, I am a Joker.
Fourth of all, when you bring me out, can you call me Joker?
Can you call me Hoker? Ba-na, ba-na,
Yeah, I just heard people complaining about how like what was it? Evil Flash doesn't kill them all, like, or I guess any of the Justice
Well,
League just
that
doesn't kill
happens
them all
with all the
immediately.
Justice League members.
Yeah,
It's the fact that Brainiac wanted to make them into people like the Justice League members, like
yeah.
brainwashed, and then he just like couldn't get them, but like he wanted them because like some of them were metahuman and had like very good abilities. Like Deadshot, never technically he never does miss, because like I think it's a metahuman ability in the game verse that he can literally never miss a shot.
Oh yeah, play Deadpool, or sorry, play Deadshot and see if you can mess with them. I guarantee you could.
My bullet always
Metahuman
goes
ability, my
somewhere.
ass.
JD, my bullet hits what it wants to hit. It
Well,
hits
yeah,
something
I
all the
guess if you were
time.
aiming for the ground, you would hit it.
Me while drunk playing last night.
You all drunk playing. Yeah, are you telling me what the evil Flash can't just knock him out and then take him, or
No, they were like constantly grabbing them, but then other stuff was intervening, like Wonder Woman showing up,
plot? That's right.
or
We
when
call
Green
this thing
Lantern had them and was
plot
bringing
armor
them.
in manga and anime,
Yes,
where the main
when
characters just have some mystical force protecting them from whatever situation they're in.
Green Lantern was bringing them, he was stopped by Good Flash. When Batman like had them surrounded, I think they were able to get away because they were able to like he was trying to like pick them off one by one, but couldn't.
Huh.
Even with the fear toxin pumping into them. Superman, obviously, the Kryptonite Shard, Brainiac, because Brainiac's not actually that cool and pretty lame.
He looked pretty cool to me in this game.
It was a very unique design for Brainiac. I'll say that.
I liked his ship. I think his ship looks cool.
Yeah, I mean that's the classic Brainiac ship, the big fucking skull in the
Big
sky.
skull,
Like I like how everyone's
two
like, oh, I
eyes.
wonder who the bad guy will be. Oh, hey, look, it's Brainiac's ship. Like
I
just
wonder who the bad guy
oh
will be.
hey, I
Oh
wonder who it
look.
is. Oh,
Oh
look at that,
oh look. It's a it's I forgot it. It's
Brainiac.
General Zod in Brainiac's ship. Who could have guessed? Not me.
Oh, what a twist!
Oh,
It's not Brainiac
that's the
flying
big
Brainiac
twist.
ship.
That's the big twist is that General Zod is in Brainiac's ship. He's like, I stole it from some dude, some lameo. I took it from
Some
him.
nerd. I put
And I'm
his
gonna
head on the
change this
pike.
world and back into Krypton because that's what I'm all about.
No, no. Superman falling into the fucking skull
No,
ground. But yeah, I
you
think a lot
can't
of good stuff
stop
happens
me.
in it.
Superman snaps his neck and then
Yeah.
your scream when you're like fucking fake scream that you do for Superman and
Yeah.
General Zod is hilarious.
Yeah. Why did I kill him? Yeah. Um, But I think there's a lot of good stuff in it. I think there's obviously bad stuff in it, but I think for the most part, I didn't hate it. I think a lot of the hate I see for it is fucking crazy.
Well, it's just because all
Uh,
these nerds, man, these DC
well,
nerd.
I'm a
You,
DC nerd.
James, you're a
I'm
DC nerd. Yeah, you
I,
little
I I
nerd.
think I think people lost their mind. I will say like there are moments in it where it's like, well, that's not a complaint with most DC canon, but I'll allow it because it's like a good moment. Like King Shark taking the ring and putting it on. You can't do that. Uh,
Yeah, just he
firstly,
just
that
did.
ring.
He
If Green
just
Lantern
did.
was truly a few things here. A few things. Firstly, if that ring was being wielded by somebody who was corrupted, it would not be on him still. Secondly, if if he did die and that ring came off him,
Hmm.
or if he did die, then that ring would fly away back to Oa to be given to another Green Lantern.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it doesn't exist.
Thirdly, he would not die to a bullet to the head if he was still wearing the ring. He would have had his shield still, unless he was completely depleted. Then if
Isn't
King
that
Shark
how?
put the ring on,
Is that
if
how
King
all the
Shark put the
Justice League members died? They bullet to the head. I think that's how all of them
yeah.
die, right?
Yeah, I don't think Flash gets shot in the head. I think you just shoot him and then he like is dead, and he pisses on
Okay.
his body.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might have been it.
Which, by the way, again, I still think it's very funny
They
that
piss on
Deadshot's
his
like,
body.
"Yo, man, have some holy shit!" Like it's like a genuine line from him in the game.
That's pretty
It's
funny.
the whoa, man, have some.
Well, might have some.
Oh, oh, oh. You know what? I bet if you wear the prison jumpsuit skin, you can see his face, his reaction in the cutscene. Whoa.
Dude, I think it's kind of funny how he couldn't fit the Green Lantern ring on his finger, so he put on his
Put
pinky
on his
because
he's the
there's
nail
a
of his
like
pinky.
yeah, the very tip of his pinky. But then apparently it makes him go crazy or something. Is
It's
that
like
a thing of the
it's
ring?
yeah, I think it's like he kind of goes a bit mad with power.
I see. So he's like trying to kill everyone after
Maybe
him.
it was that the ring was corrupted. The ring is what was
It's a
corrupted by
corrupted
Brainiac, and
ring,
that's why it
James.
stayed on him.
It's a
It
corrupted
could be
ring.
that case.
That's
I
why
mean,
you could put it on.
it could be that case because, like, well, I brought like the whole corruption thing because it's like in comics prior we have seen Green Lantern be corrupted and keep the rings, but then we've also seen the ring, detach itself from him, like allow the host to be killed so it can be sent away, type stuff.
Yeah,
If
it's
he's like
brutal.
infected. Because in the Green Lantern story where Hal Jordan goes crazy with the parallax virus and fucking kills all the other Green Lanterns ever, kills every last one of them,
Oh
and he's
yeah.
still wearing the rings.
Oh yeah.
He's corrupted by the parallax demon in his head, the fear demon. Uh, and then in the
Yeah.
in the
Same as you
DC
when we're
story with
playing
the
Poppy Playtime. You're corrupted by the
shut the
Parallax
fuck, I'll
Demon.
kill you, I'll kill you, fucking shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. But then in the DC story, when he gets infected by the zombie, the anti-life virus, he I think just like his ring doesn't allow him the power to like protect himself, but it allows him the power to transform still. Because I think he transformed before he died, so he's still in that form. But then like he is killed by Black Canary, and she gets
Mhm.
the ring from him. Which, by the way, that's a good comic
She
situation.
turns
The DC's Black Canary.
into green Black Canary, and then yeah.
No, just Green Canary,
Okay.
JD. Oh my god, nobody should ever allow this dude to fucking do anything ever. Don't touch a single project ever. You have so little fucking talent.
Sometimes you don't need talent to make
Fuck
stuff.
you up,
Just take a
man.
look at a lot of projects recently. Come on, man. You don't need the talent.
Movies suck nowadays. Woke go broke.
There you go, James. I mean, it's just it. Have you seen any recent Marvel projects going amazing? Nope.
I don't watch Marvel because of the
I don't
boycott.
either, actually. So I don't.
Because for some reason they decided, yeah, we're gonna take the Israeli superhero that's named after a massacre and is not a good person, and we're gonna put her in the new Captain America movie because it also that movie has gotten renamed like 5 times because the first name was like based on a racist term. They
What
they
the
just
hell are
keep
you talking
fucking
about, James?
the Captain America movie, the New World Order is what it was called. I'm pretty sure that a New World Order is based on like a racist
What?
terminology that was used to like I think like getting rid of black people type thing, if I remember correctly.
I feel like
Uh
I've heard New World Order a lot, but not in
yeah.
that context.
Yeah, it's why it like doesn't actually get used, and it's just like said, it's like not an actual term used for anything.
I just thought it was
I'm
is a cool, it's a edgy, cool sounding thing for
I'm
whatever
pretty sure
isekai
that's why in
anime
the
or
Deadly
whatever.
Class comics, I think they used it in a sense of like taking back the word type thing for when they were describing the different factions of the assassination
Yeah, well, okay,
school that the
James,
characters in Deadly Class
you're
went to. They just
misogynistic. You don't like the new female superheroes. You're the same as the whole world. Go woke, go broke. Sure, okay, well, that's
no,
fine.
Sabra is just
We
literally
should
named
now
after
have to.
Sabra is literally the name of a
Let's just
horrible
wrap it up
massacre
now. It's
that the
been about
Israelis did to
an
the
hour
Palestinians.
20.
I don't know
So
why they named
thank
it that.
you for
I'm
listening.
still
If you
talking,
enjoyed,
motherfucker. I'm
you
still
should
talking here, JD.
subscribe,
I'm talking
like,
here. I'm talking.
if you enjoyed the podcast, and we'll be here next Sunday, every Sunday. That's what happens. And and while James Kurt Angle stares at you, he can bring us out because that's all I've got now.
So I think the new season of Halo has been released.